The Brenner era of Thomas and Friends is pretty good. I know, hot take. But seriously though, it really took Thomas and brought it into the modern era with true quality and integrity behind it. Like, before I became the jaded and cynical teenager I am, the Brenner era brought my Thomas hype to its peak, and I'll always respect it for that. That being said, it also had its problems, which in my opinion are exemplified heavily in its first two specials, King of the Railway and Tale of the Brave. These specials are pretty good, and most of the problems in them come down to just the writers getting used to writing for the show. Like, why the problems exist is pretty obvious. However, I constantly find myself at odds with them both, as I can never decide which one is better. For as many good things one does, another does bad, and then vice versa all over again. So in this video, I'd like to try and figure out which is better using that dumb 3-point essay structure we all learned and loathed in high school. So, let's begin. Tale of the Brave and King of the Railway are very similar movies, not just in their faults. As previously stated, it was a part of the really good Brenner era, where so much stuff was improved. Speaking purely of these first two specials, we no longer have really dumb plots with stupid, whiny characters. We have proper motivations and stories, many of which focus with great effect on our main trio. We have stellar animation that improved a ton over their predecessors. Like, Tale of the Brave came out 2 years after Blue Mountain Mystery, and it's like night and day. Looking back, the improvements aren't like groundbreaking or anything, they're just really well-made common sense decisions that just made the show and these movies in particular better. However, these movies very much were the writer's first time doing this, and it shows astoundingly in the writing, which I will now talk about. Hey DJ, you said the writing was good, what the hell? Yeah, I know. Overall, the writing is an improvement. It could be so much frickin' worse.
Thomas was surprised.
No, Diesel. I'm sure the Fat Controller means a really useful steamy. You'll never be that.
But overall, I and several other Thomas fans have said that these movies are just really messy. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that these movies are written very weirdly. The characters and plots aren't bad, they're very easy to understand, it's just that all the writers' ideas aren't put together well. King of the Railway focuses on a castle and the estate it's on being restored, which is all fine and dandy, but it doesn't just focus on that. It focuses on several main plots happening around it. Gordon and Spencer's plot, the main trio, Stephen, the castle, etc. Which could work, but because none of the plots take center stage until the end, it's hard to find full investment in just one. Tale of the Brave is even weirder. This is very subjective, but in my opinion, if you can sum up a movie in just a few sentences and get the general idea, you know the movie is tightly written and smart about its plot. This doesn't go for every movie, but it works for a lot of them. For example, Star Wars Episode 4 is about a farm boy who goes on an adventure to save a princess and delivers secret plans for the evil Empire's ultimate weapon to the galaxy's only hope, the Rebellion. Pretty good, right? Star Wars Episode 1 is about a trade dispute that Jedi must stop because it's harming a planet, but it's also secretly a part of the evil Sith Lord's plan to take over the galaxy via manipulation of the government, but the trade people want a treaty, so they have to fly to the capital to plead their case with the government. Like, what? Tale of the Brave is very similar in my opinion. It's about Thomas finding footprints, then Percy getting scared of a supposed monster and getting into a fight with James, but then Thomas and James needing to find Percy, but Percy getting advice from another engine. It's just very, very segmented and janky. It doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like 3-ish episodes from the show that they slammed into one. But, and it's a big but, these movies, in their convolution, have some really, really good saving factors that make it hard to choose just one as the best, which I will now tell you all about. Okay, now for the meat of this sandwich. Why I cannot, for the life of me, pick just one. You see, both of these movies have some really good factors to consider when figuring out which one is objectively better. To start off with King of the Railway, its story is messy, if not messier than Tale of the Braves. However, based on my summary rule, it's technically better because you can sum it up as a castle is being rebuilt on the island of Sodor, and this is what happens to all the engines as a result. Pretty simple, right? But then you have the issue of Tale of the Brave, because that movie's story, for as messy as it is, has a lot more to say about friendship, bravery, trust, when a joke goes too far, how to deal with situations of fear and guilt. The movie overall just feels a bit smarter. But then you go back to the fact that it's all segmented, and watching King of the Railway is almost easier because of that fact. It's much easier to place characters and figure out what's going on. But like I said before, it's hard to get invested in all the plots in King of the Railway because there's a bunch as opposed to the seemingly one in Tale of the Brave. You see what I mean? For every good thing or fault one has, the other one has equal of both, if not more. Tale of the Brave has one insanely messy plot with a lot to say, and King of the Railway has a really messy story with several plots, but an overarching event tying it all together. Overall, it drives me freaking insane. I like both of these movies a lot, and for as many gripes and grievances as I have with them both, I really do love them as both nostalgic pieces of my childhood, but also just as really good Thomas movies. I think to sum it all up though, I've been saying that a lot, I know, King of the Railway is a movie that is easy to watch and understand, but hard to put full investment in, as none of its plots take center stage, until The Brave is a movie that is severely disjointed, very much feels like several episodes that have been shoved together into one movie, but has a lot more to say with its themes and ideas. Maybe Tale of the Brave is better. Maybe not. I don't know. Someday I'll figure it out, I'm sure. With that being said, thanks for watching. If this video is something you guys like, or if you have any suggestions for improvements, please let me know in the comments. See ya!